Players know what they're risking when they hit the field. Torn ligaments, broken bones. But what about a blow to the brain?
The football world has been rocked this week by the sad death of a former star. The Super Bowl winning safety Dave Durson took his own life, convinced that the despair he faced was caused in part by the damage he suffered on the football field.
Several NFL players have committed suicide in recent years, and brain-related injuries they sustained while playing have been blamed.
Just 3 days ago, we learned of the medical conclusion that the multiple on-field concussions suffered by former NFL safety Andre Waters led to his depression and his suicide in November.
Championship, baby. Won that thing. How you feeling?
Oh man, I got rocked out there pretty good.
You were out cold, man.
Pretty good, dude.
You were just lying there.
Boom, got knocked out.
I honestly think I kicked you in the head going for the ball after too.
Dude, I was
down.
for like 2 or 3 seconds.
I can't believe you got up.
Yeah, dude, unreal.
National
going to the ship. Going to the ship. Going to the ship. Going to the ship.
Jordan wants to see you back. BK, my man.
What's up, Fred?
Just some ice. Throw it on.
All right.
How you doing? Sit back. Let's do
Well,
this.
I'm feeling all right. A little dizzy, but I'm ready to go.
That's
I want to play
usual.
for that championship next week. I'm ready to go.
That's common. That happens all the time in football.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. I got hit pretty hard, didn't I?
Yeah, that was a good one. He really got you there. That was good.
Yeah.
All right, now we're just going to do some simple protocol stuff.
Okay,
Can you hold my finger here?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and how many fingers?
That's 2. That's 2 fingers.
What day of the week is it?
It's Tuesday.
Oh, I think it's Tuesday too.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. I think you're right. Okay, now we just need some protocol here. Just go see the physician.
Okay.
Yeah, get that sign and you're ready to go for the championship. We need you, man.
All right.
We need you. All right. I'll see you later. So, in my opinion, I saw BK after the game. He, he seemed fine. He could follow my finger. He knew how many there were, how many fingers I had up. He knew the day of the week. So in my opinion, he passed all protocol. He's seen the physician. Just has to get it signed. It's no big deal. And he's gonna be back. It's just a concussion. It happens all the time in football. We're used to it. I've seen it a million times. He's gonna be fine. He iced it. He's good to go.
Honey.
Hey, Mom.
I've been so worried about you. I was looking all over the news.
I feel fine, Mom. I feel fine.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm totally cool. I was kind of dizzy after the game, but I'm totally fine now.
Well, I still want you to go to the doctor, and I'm going to come with you.
Okay.
Because I have a lot of questions.
You're not going to embarrass me, are you?
I wouldn't embarrass you. But I do have a lot of questions because I heard in the news that a lot of suicides have happened lately.
Yeah,
NFL
I've seen
players
that too, on
with
Sports Center
concussions.
and stuff.
Yeah, I know. So it's a big concern.
All those guys are so old, Mom. I'm 24 years old. I'm not.
I know.
I'm not 60 like these guys.
Just concerned about you. That's all.
Okay, Mom. That's okay. You can come.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm a little concerned about BK. This is the 3rd time he's come to see me since he's been at UBC about concussions, and I'm a little worried. His trainer Louis, he's a good guy, but he's a little outdated when it comes to the most recent literature on concussions. Some of the new studies have shown that these repetitive brain traumas that BK's had could possibly have long-term effects, such as chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE. It's a neurodegenerative disease mirroring dementia, and I think BK needs to become educated on the possible risks he has constantly playing through concussion.
I never really knew about CTE, but watching the clips instantly convinced me about it and its connection to football. The media does a really good job of playing into one's emotions, but saying that, I know it's important to take a step back and remember that the highest level of evidence so far is expert opinion. The media is not a credible source, plays into one's emotion, and lacks evidence-based information.
I'm a little concerned with BK's situation. It's a good thing Dr. Khan taught me how to search for good quality evidence in KIN 461. Knowing how to distinguish between levels of evidence, I can research quality evidence to better understand the risks my son faces.
I've heard people talking about CTE, but I don't know what it is. What is it?
Great question, BK. Let's talk about chronic traumatic encephalopathy. CTE is a progressive neurological disease caused by repetitive brain trauma. CTE is seen in athletes like boxers and football players who've experienced multiple blows to the head, which wouldn't necessarily mean symptomatic concussions. It is similar to dementia or Alzheimer's, but has a distinguishing neuropathology that sets it apart. The onset of this disease is usually in the early 40s. However, this is highly variable and actually depends on the individual. What does a brain with CTE look like? There are multiple factors that distinguish CTE from other neurological diseases, such as generalized atrophy, which decreases the brain mass, enlargement of the lateral and third ventricle, hyperphosphorylated tau protein, which presents as very unique and irregular distributions in the brain in the superficial cortical layer, presence of the TDP43 protein, as well as other neuropathological indicators. Here, we see the tau immunostain sections of the medial temporal lobe from 3 different individuals. The image on the left is that of a control, a 63-year-old man who has no tau deposition. The other 2 images are whole brain sections of ex-athletes who suffered from CTE. The middle, that of an ex-NFL player, and the right, that of a champion boxer. The brown pigment indicates the tau protein deposition in the tissue. Possible symptoms of CTE include early onset dementia, impaired intellectual functioning, such as mood disorders, psychiatric symptoms such as paranoia, panic attacks, and major depression, as well as slowing in muscular movement. Our highest level of evidence in the literature about CTE is a review of 51 individual case control studies. Of these 51 cases, 5 were of football players. The study found the most common symptoms in football players were mood disorders, memory loss, paranoia, and poor judgment and insight. Who's at risk? Those with a history of repetitive brain trauma are at a risk of developing CTE. There is also a genetic link to this disease. Those who have the E4 allele of the apolipoprotein E gene are at a greater risk of developing CTE. Other risk factors include age at the time of injury, gender, and type of cerebral impact. However, much more research is needed into these factors in order to determine how they influence the onset of CTE. Where is the research going? Researchers are hoping to identify cerebrospinal fluid biomarkers in order to diagnose CTE, as well as develop a tau antagonist in order to delay the onset of symptoms.
Yeah, 220.
BK,
Hey, Coach.
how you doing?
Doing all right, Coach.
Yeah?
Yeah, I saw the doctor the other day.
Yeah, I talked to him. Talked to your mom too.
Yeah, what'd
She's
they
kind of
say to you?
concerned.
Yeah, they said I got some decisions to make here.
Yeah, it's up to you. What are you gonna do?
What should I do?